Now folks, I'm not going to delay this any longer. The Magic Candle Company has the very best candles for keeping the vampire interdimensional shadow masters at bay. They have scents like churro, Polynesian, and of course burning Rome, which you're going to have to get used to when the interdimensional vampires breach into this reality and take over all of our souls. Name of the game here folks, use offer code OFFHAND15 for 15% off your purchase and show those vampires who's boss. And now on to the video, it's time to expose these traitors. Like a grand and miraculous spaceship, Spaceship Earth has sailed through the universe of time, and for a brief moment, about 38 years, we have been among its passengers. But where is it going? And what kind of future will we discover there? Surprisingly, the answers lie in its past. Our Spaceship Earth began its journey through the universe of time in the year 1982, when the brand new park EPCOT Center opened at the Walt Disney World Resort. Spaceship Earth was to be the crown jewel of Future World, the idealistic city of the future Walt Disney had envisioned for the original Epcot all those years earlier. Spaceship Earth wouldn't tell the story of the seas or the land or energy. Instead, it would tell the story of us, humanity, where we came from, our origins, and where, potentially, we could go in the future. But just like the real Spaceship Earth, the attraction Spaceship Earth has changed many times over the years, both for the good and also for the not so good, the bad, I could say. So join me aboard my time machine as we go back in time and look at the history of Spaceship Earth, and maybe one or two of the times that Spaceship Earth, Dame Judi Dench herself, has led you astray. And just keep in mind that your time machine will be rotating backward for your return to Earth. I don't know how many times the guy has to say it, I'm just really trying to drill this one home. Spaceship Earth has been lying to you all these years, and I am here to finally expose it. Now folks, all the proof I need to prove to you that Spaceship Earth has been lying to your face all this time is in this book. Wait, it's in this book. Wait, it's actually in this book. This has all the documents. I need to prove it. Here we go. History is a very complex thing. Imagineering is also a very complex thing. They both take a lot of work to get correct. And now imagine you are given the task of condensing all of human history down to a 15-minute Omnimover style attraction. It's a big ask, but Disney did it in 1982 when Spaceship Earth first opened to the public, with not Dame Judi Dench as the narrator, but instead a man by the name of Vic Perrin, who provided the voice of a computer in the TV show The Outer Limits, which was sort of like The Twilight Zone, but with a greater emphasis on science fiction stories, you know, spaceships and aliens and cyborgs and robots and Jedi. Wait, no, there were Jedi. The ride was a bit different from what we'd find today, and the script, of course, was also a bit different.
Where have we come from? Where are we going? The answers begin in our past, in the dust from which we were formed. Answers recorded on the walls of time. So let us journey into that past, to seek those walls, to know ourselves and to probe the destiny of our spaceship Earth.
Oh, he said it. He said the name of the thing.
So that's it? What, we some kind of
Spaceship Earth.
The theme of this Spaceship Earth wasn't an overarching story about the history of humanity, though. Instead, it was an overarching story about the history of humanity's communications, because the ride back in those days was sponsored by Bell Systems, known today as AT&T. In 1986, just 4 years later, the ride would receive another update, this time changing the narrator to Walter Cronkite, an American journalist, who was the anchorman for the CBS Evening News for almost 20 years. And when trying to decide on a voice that would narrate the history of humanity as we know it at the second best Epcot ride ever made, Cronkite was such an easy decision. I mean, listen to the man.
For eons, our planet has drifted as a spaceship through the universe. And for a brief moment, we have been its passengers. Yet in that time, we've made tremendous progress in our ability to record and share knowledge. So let's journey back 40,000 years to the dawn of recorded history. We'll trace the path of communications from its earliest beginnings to the promise of the future.
Cronkite is cool and all, but he didn't say Spaceship Earth until the very, very end of the ride, and it's only once. Pretty lame if you ask me.
Let us go forth and fulfill our destiny on Spaceship Earth.
Come on, Walter. We all know what ride we got in line for. People don't know it as the EPCOT golf ball, okay? It's Spaceship Earth. That's common knowledge. This version of Spaceship Earth also had one of those weird, kind of semi-cringy EPCOT theme songs called Tomorrow's Child, where kids would sing the song along with a grown woman. It's one of those, you know, like Listen to the Land and the song New Horizons from... I think you can guess. But as sure as the sun will rise in the morning, Spaceship Earth underwent another transformation because, let's be honest, it sort of had the Tomorrowland problem at this point, and a new narrator came in by the name of Jeremy Irons, who you may know as Alfred or Scar, or I think he was also in that Assassin's Creed movie. You remember that? No? Now, Mr. Irons only said Spaceship Earth once or twice, maybe 3 or 4 times during the attraction, but that doesn't mean anything. As long as you say it just once, your ride is perfect.
Spaceship Earth, our Spaceship Earth. Spaceship Earth, Spaceship Earth.
It's an immediate classic, and I'm not going to name the names of any other attractions that do this.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the...
How about that? An attraction that tells you the name when you're riding it. Now, folks, I don't want to get too caught up in this, alright? I got a new microphone, and I got this book full of proof that Spaceship Earth has been lying to you this entire time, and I want to crack into this with one specific fact that I think I know that you know where I'm going with this. Oh, I should have rehearsed. Guys, let us not thank the Phoenicians. They're the worst. Come here. Now in 2008, a new narrator came in to replace Jeremy Irons. You may know her from the James Bond movies or the amazing Home on the Range movie that Disney made, Dame Judi Dench.
It takes 15,000 years to come up with the next bright idea, recording our knowledge on cave walls. There was only one small problem. When we moved, the recorded knowledge stayed behind.
Now, to use a very scientific term, Judi Dench played it more fast and loose in this version of Spaceship Earth. She cracked more jokes and there was more light made of different historical events. Like this ancient Egyptian pounding reeds flat to make papyrus.
Pounding reeds flat is inventing papyrus, a sort of paper. Papyrus, in turn, creates better record keeping of plans, designs, and unfortunately taxes.
Taxes, you get it? Because the taxes and paper... Okay, well, some of these jokes made some historical inaccuracies happen because we get to the Phoenician scene, alright? The Phoenicians were really cool people. They had a common alphabet. But Judi Dench tells a lie in this scene, everybody. A very, very big lie.
At this point, each civilization has its own form of writing, which none of the others can understand. But the Phoenicians, who trade with all of them, have a solution. They create a simple common alphabet, adaptable to most languages. Remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? Thank the Phoenicians. They invented them.
Oh, Dame Judi Dench. Oh, Judy, what are we going to do with you? Guys, the Phoenicians did not invent your ABCs. They invented the first common alphabet adaptable to most languages. That's true. This is what it looked like, though. Do those look like your ABCs to you? Go ahead, point to the A. Oh, wait. No, that doesn't count. Here is Wikipedia's translation guide. Now, go ahead and point to the A for me. What's that? There's no A on there? Interesting. If you look closely, you will see that there are no vowels in this alphabet, only consonants. That's because the speaker was supposed to fill in the space on their own. They knew what sounds in their own languages were supposed to go in between the consonants. It's just natural human speech. Now, when Spaceship Earth really starts to get rolling is when we get to the ancient Greeks. Now, take a look at the Greek alphabet. That looks a little more familiar, doesn't it? Now, there are still some weird symbols, like there's a math symbol down there, and then you got that weird little squiggly thing, but I mean, look, there's an A, a B, an E, a Z, H, they're all here. The gang's all here. And they even brought along some vowels: alpha, epsilon, iota, omicron, and upsilon. Now, I'm not a linguist, not all of that is completely accurate, but you get the idea. It's more accurate to say the Phoenicians invented the alphabet, but not your ABCs. The Greeks didn't invent your alphabet, but they did invent your ABCs. Is that making any sense at all? Obviously, languages grow and evolve over time. The Greek alphabet became the Latin alphabet, and the Latin alphabet became Old English, and Old English became our English, but what Judi Dench said first, before the ABCs line, is more important.
They create a simple common alphabet, adaptable to most languages.
And newsflash, folks, they weren't even called the Phoenicians. That's just what the Greeks called them after the fact. Nobody really knows what they were called. There's more lies, though. I got more in here. You guys ready for this? Ready? This, it's actually empty. But there are, oh, here's one. Look at that. Come on, Judi Dench.
The ancient Greeks were great inventors of the future. First, they established public schools, and then began teaching an intriguing new subject called mathematics. And with math comes mechanical technology and the birth of the high-tech life we enjoy today.
Okay, so where to start with this one, alright? So the Greeks did not invent or start teaching the new subject called mathematics. The Babylonians and the Mesopotamians, they knew all about that a long time before the ancient Greeks. And the schools were public in the same way that, you know, my country club is public. They only let in the top percentile of the community. And even then, they're usually rich men. Now this is all nitpicking stuff. The ancient Egyptians didn't invent taxes, and the Phoenicians didn't invent the alphabet. And Steve Jobs alone didn't reduce the computer from the size of a house to the size of something that would fit on your desk. Did he? Right? Is that accurate? Nope. Nope, that's not accurate. I'm being told right now by my editor that that is not accurate. Well, at least the Greeks aren't performing Oedipus Rex like they were when the ride opened. That would be... Why did they choose that play? And there are other lies that Spaceship Earth tells you, like there's 15,000 years between us hunting mammoths and us writing on cave walls. It was probably happening at the same time. If not way, way before we started doing the whole hairy elephant hunting thing. Now I could go on and on about this, folks, but the reality of the situation is I'm running out of room in this book. See, look, I'm at the very end already. It's chock full of information, and I don't have the time to talk about it. I could talk to you guys about how they reused animatronics from the Hall of Presidents in Spaceship Earth. I could talk to you guys about how they built Spaceship Earth to all take place inside this giant geodesic sphere. But that, I'm afraid, is going to be a video for another, I'm gonna throw it, for another time, everybody. So, next time you ride Spaceship Earth, take a look around and think twice about the information Dame Judi Dench is giving you, because it may be accurate. It's probably most likely accurate, but sometimes Disney will lie to you, bold-face, and say that the Phoenicians invented your ABCs. They did not. And I'm here to educate you guys, to keep you smart, and to keep you questioning things when it comes to Disney attractions. The Haunted Mansion, that says its own name in the ride. The Haunted Mansion says it. And I mentioned it. Wake up, people! Spaceship Earth, unironically one of the best rides at EPCOT. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to help out the channel a little bit, please, like I said at the beginning of the video, head over to themagiccandlecompany.com and use offer code OFFHAND15 for 15% off your entire purchase. You want churros, or do you want Rome burning, the smell that you can smell inside of a certain EPCOT attraction? All of those, and by all, I mean both of those and more, are available at themagiccandlecompany.com. Don't like candles? They have bath bombs, they have hand soaps, hand sanitizer, candle melts, and air fresheners. Guys, they have everything. Perfect for your summertime parties that take place in between your visits to EPCOT, because you can't be at EPCOT all the time. I know I sure can't. Oh my. But hey, if you liked this video, please be sure to drop a like on the video, get it? Because that's what you're supposed to do. And leave a comment telling me what your favorite scene in Spaceship Earth is. Mine, personally, and I hate to say it, but it's the Phoenician scene. But when you're going through the scene, don't look to the left, look to the right. I really love that background. It really glows under the black light. I think it's amazing. Just a small Mediterranean town on the sea. It's very relaxing. I mean, I also love the entire ride, don't get the wrong idea. If you want more of me rambling about the Haunted Mansion with my friend Disney Dan, please go check out the Foolish Mortals podcast if you haven't already. I will link that as well in the description down below. Start with episode 1, go through season 1, which is what we currently have uploaded, and a brand new season 2 is in the works right now. Bigger, better, cleaner, and even more Haunted Mansion goodness. I don't know where I was going with that. Foolish Mortals Season 2 is going to be a doozy, and I'm going to drop the trailer on this channel as soon as it's ready. Guys, tell Disney Dan to give me a trailer, or I'll make the trailer. Everyone, thank you all so much for watching. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy making these videos, and I'm happy that you guys, you know, like watching them. So I don't know what else to say. I talked to some people when I was in Orlando recently. You guys are very nice, and thank you all so much for your continued support of the channel. And I'll see you, as always, in the next video, whatever that may be. Maybe a trip report. Goodbye.